Ghostly greetings and what's up, fam? It's your boy Prue. Please holler at me. We're doing Bone Break City by Ernest Hollingsworth. Show the indie love. Share an indie book. So many great indie books are never going to get read, never going to get heard of. And for all we know, we could literally have the next Jim Butcher, next Stephen King, just writing books in his attic and his upstairs. And you're just never going to get published. But if you know an indie book that you just love, please share it on all your social medias. I mean, yeah, everyone's going to share how much they liked or disliked the new Stephen King fairy tale. And they know that happens. He's used to it. But if you get an indie author of some kind and he finds out that people are sharing his book on Facebook or Insta or Snapchat or whatever, that's really going to make his day. And if you really liked it, someone else will like it too. So there you go. Or if you just hated it and wanted to blow it up, a lot of negative reviews generate sales. So he'd be okay with that too. But share the indie love. Also, my friend Terry went to a con and got this book from the author. So Terry, big shout out. You've always been an awesome dude. You've always gotten my weird, quirky, bad movie taste. And you've been an awesome friend. And you told me that this author seemed like a really cool dude. So big shout outs to the authors who are really nice to fans. I love that. That makes me like you as an author and your book even more when you're like, oh yeah, come out, we'll hang out, we'll play D&D or go LARPing or whatever. And then the author just likes that you like his book or just want to talk about it. And if you don't like his book, some authors are just like, obviously I could tell, if I ever met Ernest Hollingsworth, I would think he's into either medieval combat or the Dark Tower. So I'm sure he'd be a pretty cool dude. We can have drink beers and talk about certain Billy Bomber that didn't make it. Flashbacks. All right, but let's get into the book. It's been about 2 minutes. We haven't even talked about the book yet. This Akira dystopian fantasy definitely did remind me of the Dark Tower, one of my favorite series. It was a little wild, a little nuts. My allergies are kicking my ass, so sorry, I sound like shit. The main character was literally a dude, like a biker knight. He reminded me of legit, like a newer modern knight. Like his, it's not a horse with plate mail and the mighty longsword Excalibur anymore. It's like a motorcycle, a silver helmet, and combat poles and stuff like that. It's a more modernist take on the knight. I really enjoyed that. But my favorite character was indeed this pink-haired girl that needed saving. She did a weird type of blood magic where she could shoot her veins out and like read blood echoes in the Force and shit and learn like histories. And I really liked it. I really liked it. The way the people communicate with each other in this weird world was also fun. A lot of fantasy to me seemed new. Like this world has never been lived in. This feels like this world has been lived in. But the general gist of this story is your biker knight is on a murder mystery. And he has to figure out what's going on. And the people are like blinded. And there's just weird stuff going on. And it's a little long at 400 pages. I'm going to say 375 pages. But it's a little long and it gets a little confusing. But overall, it's a solid, fun read with some cool characters, some really twisted magic, and a real modern, dark, dystopian taste on a fantasy series, which if you like fantasy and dystopian, this might be right up your alley. I really enjoyed it. The narrator was freaking amazing. He just literally had me rolling in several parts. Like I had to stop sometimes and just be like, well, this dude's on crack. This guy's a fucking idiot. What the fuck's going on? I will say the biggest thing of this book is just how weird and fun it is. You're definitely having some fun and some creepy, weird magic, some cool combat, and a little bit of murder mystery involved, and you gotta find out who did it, and weird shit, and there might only be one human left. Everybody else is a freak. I know it feels, I can relate, because I'm the last normal person on the planet. I took a note on this particular scene. The Men of Stone was another interesting concept. But I did take a note that this book's biggest perk was also this book's biggest flaw. I'm sorry, I look like trash. I literally just crawled out of bed. Had to do 2 reviews before I go to work tonight. Is that it felt weird. Like I was reading a book of a series or a world I wasn't fully aware of. Like the world building, there could have been a little bit better world building. Like, I'm lost sometimes. I mean, I'm just along for the ride in this. I don't understand why we're here. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. It's like that one friend that picks you up and takes you somewhere, like, hey, we're going out to Bill's. And you're like, great. You have no idea who Bill's is. You don't know anybody at the party, but the food's good. The chicks are cute and you're just hanging out. That's what this kind of reminded me of. But instead of your friend Bill, it's a biker night. And instead of your chicks are cute, it's winged humanoid monsters. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and there's a real cute pink-haired chick that can feed on your energy like a fucking energy vampire. Yeah. That's all at this party, and you're weirded out being there, but you're having fun. But that. Also, the editing. I thought this 375-page book, I'm a big fan of it. If you can cut out 2 sentences on each page, do it. And at the end of the book, your 400-page book now becomes a 350-page book, which improves pacing. A lot of fantasy to me is very drawn out, like an open world video game. Yeah, I got 200 hours in it, but a lot of it was fluff. This book didn't have a lot of fluff, but I feel like it could have been edited down just a skosh. I'm gonna give this a B plus though. Aaron Hollingsworth, this was amazingly fun. I liked your world. I loved your magic system, and some of your creatures just were fun and creepy. My problem is, before getting into this, I would like a couple chapters or a little sub book, like book 0.5 of what the fuck is going on and why are you like this? Don't get me wrong, you seem like an awesome dude. I totally think we could hang out and just fucking chill out and just play some Among Us or something. But I got lost. This book tripped over its own feet with some of its weird. Like, I'm watching Conan, and you can kind of like, oh, there's a sorcerer. They're doing a ritual of some sort. That's what I feel like of this. Oh, they're doing a ritual of some sort. I don't know what's going on. But B plus, the fantasy world is fun. I loved how your people interact with each other. I could totally tell if I'm wrong and you ever see this video, please do me a favor and comment. But when you were writing your conversation scenes, did you have people like, did you go to like your girlfriend or your buddy and be like, yo, talk to me about this? And both of you read it to see if it went? Because your conversations flowed like fucking water, bro. Like, that seemed like a real conversation me and my friend Terry, who got me this book, could have. Like, it was good conversations. The problem is what they were talking about was stuff like ritual magic and the fucking rooms down the hall. And I don't know anything about that. And it felt like I was in book 2 of a series that I wasn't there in. But if you can get over the small, you're not going to know everything right away. It is book 1 in the series, and it is a mystery story overall with some sci-fi dystopian horror elements. If you can get over all that, you're going to have an amazing time. And this was a fun book. So I'm really excited. If there is book 2, I'm going to pick it up. Aaron Hollingsworth, though, do me a solid. If you see this, I'd love to have a conversation with you. This was great. Solid B plus. You get a little confused, and it gets a little long-winded. But other than that, you're having a great time. But this has been about 8 minutes, and that seems like long enough to talk about Bone Brick City by Aaron Hollingsworth. Solid read. Love the indie fun. And thank you, Terry, for sending me this. But this has been your boy, Prue, guys. And you stay creepy. Also, share the indie love, please. We need some better indie authors. Aaron Hollingsworth's a good one. Share this video if you like the book.